G'day guys, Josh from Dodgy Dailies here. So we're going to be doing a light bar wiring today from relay and just bits of wire we have. Now you can buy kits from like Ford Grove Supercenter and whatnot that are just very easy to do, but for the people that don't want to do that and for people that just have bits of relays and wires laying around, then this is probably the best way to do it. Now this particular relay I've pulled out of my parts car, the Toyota Surf that I'm racking, but really I'll just pop that off for a sec. Sorry guys, dropped it. Really it's just an ordinary relay. You could put some terminals on the end of that and some spades and do it this way. I just got lucky that mine came with a terminal block and some wiring off it. Now I've gone on the internet and I've found a wiring diagram, but a lot of the time wiring diagrams don't make a lot of sense to people unless they're being shown how to do it. I'll put the photo that I'm using up here, and I'll do that now. Also going to help with it is that mine's actually got different coloured wires on it. So if you use different colour wires, it actually makes it easier. So what you've got your ground as your black wire, obviously red to battery. This skinny green one goes to switch, and this thicker blue one goes to the lights. Obviously there might be many colours and blah blah blah, but you know, having different colours always helps. I've already gone ahead, found a spot where I want to put my switch. Also I painted that blue if you hadn't already noticed. So what you're going to want to do now is you're going to want to locate a hole in the firewall, which I've already done, and there should be a little rubber grommet on it, and go from there. I'll stab a hole through that carpet so I can run the wires in. And obviously when you're mounting it, you want to mount it somewhere on the back here, somewhere where you can get a good ground. I'm just going to whack a bolt in this hole here, or even, is there another hole at the back here I could use? Right, so here's the surfing part now. You know, there's not much left of it. I only really got it because of the wheels. Like, look at that. Fucking huge wheels, 35s. I am going to have to get some smaller tyres for it, but I just love these rims. Someone's obviously had to go out doing a roof chop. But, yeah. I'll just rip out a bolt from somewhere for me to use. That was already loose. Just rip that out and yeah, we'll use that one. I got lucky with this car and there's already some holes. Oh, that bolt's not going to work. Alright, I'll have to go find a different one. Alright, found a different bolt that'll work. So that earth cable goes to there. Just get this wiring out of my way for now. And I'll just send this one into the hole that's already there. Now the beauty of the relay that I'm using, you know, you've got your really short earth, then it gives you all this length to be able to run it to your battery. Obviously I'm just going to cut it and earth it to the battery as well as having it earthed on there, and then I'll leave this with its length and obviously put it to there. These other two, now this one here goes down to the light, and that one there will go in through, where is it? There it is. We'll go down and in through here. Also make that hole in the carpet. Also helps to have the correct length wires, but in my case I'm just going to chop some more wires out of here to give me the right lengths. There's a few of those relays in this car, but obviously I'm going to cut some length so give myself more later if I ever need them. But as I only need these blue and green ones, let's just chop them here. Right, so for your switch you can do it one of two ways. You can take the power directly from the high beam there, or you can take it from your high beam switch there. I'm going to be lazy and I'm just going to splice into it there. But yeah, that's off the switch to there. Right, got me extension wire. I know soldering will probably be best, but twist and tape will do. Well, twist and heat shrink will be even better. Alright, let's see if I can put my phone somewhere so you can see what I'm doing. That works. That works alright. Okay. Get a heat shrink. Alright, should be right, mate. Alright, stab the hole with the screwdriver. I should be able to come around. Looks like it's next to the clutch line. So I should be able to come around and see it there. Where is it? Come on, focus. Focus. Alright, you're not going to be able to see that, so. There. And then I'll run it over, cable tie it in, up to my switch. It appears I forgot about the wire that goes from the switch to the light. I'll cut some more wires out of the surf. I realised my mistake before too. Okay, so the light bar does need a ground. Never mind. Right, rip some more wiring out, just make sure it's roughly the same. Yeah, it seems to be. So I'll slap this on and we'll go from there. I'll probably use the other terminal I cut off the other car as well, as I don't have any fresh terminals with me. If it wasn't in the video, you wouldn't even know that I use the old terminal. Right, so what we're going to do now, I don't have a test light here, it's at work. I went and cut the side indicator out of the Toyota Surf. So basically, I'm going to use it as the test light. So what I'm going to do is I'll put it on low beam and poke the wires until the light turns on, and then when it turns on, I know I've found low beam, and then put it to the other plug, turn high beam on, and if it turns on when I put that on, then we know we found the right plugs. Alright, so I've got it sitting there. Now when we turn the key, put the lights on, high beam on, nothing. Headlights on, high beam, nothing. Headlights on. So if I turn them off and put it in the other hole, I should only get them when the high beam is turned on. Alright, so I've gone and put them in a different pin now. That one we know is low beam, so that one should be high beam. I've got leave the globe on the guard. Alright, so car is on. That there should be headlights. We have nothing. Okay, now that is high beams on, and that works. So we've now determined that that particular pin there is going to be the high beam, and I can now splice this end of the wire into that. Right, I got this wire splicer thing here. People hate them, people love them. I just don't give two shits, and I use what I've got laying around. This one was sitting in the box of parts I have for the Beamer. Yeah, so I'm going to use this to splice the wires into the headlight wire. It's also one of the easiest and quickest ways. With this thing, you want to feed one wire in, it's got a little stopper on it, and then you just want to put it over and around your other wire that you want, and not block the camera. But where am I looking? There and there, and then give it a squeeze to close them up. I should be ready to connect the power and whatnot. I realised I made a mistake before too when I said that I'll connect this really long one up to the negative terminal there. I was wrong. I actually need a earth wire for my light bar, so that's where that one will go to. When it comes to wiring, I do like to try and keep it tidy, so what I've done there is I've just jammed it through that rubber boot that goes over the terminal. You don't have to do it. Not all cars you're not going to be able to do it, so that's just a little touch that I do on them. Alright, it's all wired in. You got your power to the relay, you got your switch wire, you've got your light to your light bar, then you've got your wire to your earth, and then over here you've got your one from your switch to your headlight, or whichever point you want to take your high beam power from. But that's just the basic, easy way to do it. Also, as it's my first time actually wiring in a light bar, it's part of the reason I didn't solder anything, because if it doesn't work, then I'll have to pull it all apart, and resoldering is just, it seems like a waste of time to me. Honestly, I should have just twisted and taped it for now, but if it works, it works, and I'm probably going to leave it forever. Also, it is kind of dodgy to leave it like that, but I've said it before, and I'll say it again. We're not called dodgy dailies for nothing. Alright, so power on, headlights on. Oh, that's high beam on. Now, I don't know if that switch is on or off because there's no labelling, but okay, light bar's off, headlights still work, and then go to this switch and flick it. Light bar is on. I'll mount that up properly. Also, this little thing here I've got, wherever this fuse here, it's recommended you run a 20 amp fuse instead of a 40. Yes, the relay has 40 amp on it, but that's just because that's what the relay is capable of. I'll be putting a 20 amp fuse in here now that I know it all works. Alright, so that's the basics of wiring in a light bar. I will be putting in the light bar diagram, or the wiring for it. I'll put that in the start of the video, and I'll put that in again now. So that all that's left is to cable tie the wiring, tidy it all up a bit, make it look somewhat presentable, and we'll be good to go. Alright, I'll throw in a clip of the light bar on at night time. If you think I've missed anything, put it in the comments. If you need help, message us. But yeah, like, subscribe, share, hit the ding dong button. You know the drill. Alrighty guys, catch ya.